What is happening? You are back live with the crew. Dad, great to see you.
Thanks.
Apologies, I missed everyone last week. My dad and I had a conversation, and the universe has funny ways of things happening, and I basically, as the story goes, I'm like, Dad, man, I'm so fired up about the show. Like, coming on set, like, man, we're gonna crush. Like, I'm gonna get up early, all these things. And I was like, yeah, I'm going out with my friends tonight. Well, we didn't have the kid, and so and then we Ubered downtown, and then we all kind of grew up going to that downtown, and we had our friend with us who we wanted to show all of our cool favorite spots, and then that turned into like 4 spots, and so it was a really good time. So I came home, Dad, and I was like, I think I got home at like 3 a.m, and I was watching your videos, so I was getting all jacked up. I was like, dude, yeah, dude, got this. I go to sleep, and I wake up on Sunday. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, right. About 45 minutes late.
Yeah, but you crushed, man. As I knew you would. You were so fired up that week, and I know we are this week too. Like you were saying, not a whole ton going on in crypto, but at the same time, there just always is. There's just always big stuff happening now, and I'm more excited about it than ever. I want me some XRP, baby. How are you doing, Dad?
You know what I'm doing? Your daddy likes his projects, right? So
Yes.
I'm doing really good. I have a lot of projects going on. Some are financial, some are business minded, and some are projects around here on the property. So that's really when I shine. I really put it all together. When I like a good mix, I like a good mix of business with building things. I'm building a filming studio. For the channel. So
doing
I won't
it?
be in this office anymore. I mean, it's going to be probably a month from now at least, but I'm building a studio. I'm building a meditation room for Elizabeth, and I'm finishing up on the gazebo.
Where are you gonna build those at?
Oh,
are you doing up the hill?
Yes. And we have like a rock plateau up on the property, and I'm building the studio virtually on the rock. I know, crazy, but
excellent.
The big boulder is up here, and then there's a little one with a ledge and like a bench seat, but behind it is the view of the whole valley back behind us, and that I'm just going to make a whole glass wall out of that whole back section. Those sliding 4-door walls that you can just open them up, and it's just like boom. I'll shoot the videos there.
The view, everybody, when you're up in that spot, is just this awesome kind of over the top of. My dad's kind of perched up on this hill, and the other side of the valley is right where like Sequoia National Park is in the Sierras, and it's just this unbelievable line of mountains just out in the distance.
They're like small pointy hills, 3 or 4 of them. We call them hills, but most places they are almost a mountain, really.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. It'll be tricky to build. I got to get the foundation right. I got to really get the pillars down in the rock. It's going to be a little tricky, but I think the view and all the atmosphere of it, and hopefully it'll be a big enough for a place where people could, if they come to spend the night or something like that, I could put a bed in there. Yes. It'd be a cool place. see the stars and all the rest of it. Sunset. Yeah.
Now I got that and the camper, dude.
I know, right? Yeah.
Where do I
Park the
sleep?
camper up close too. I'm building a road up to that right now. I've cut half the road in with the little tractor I have. So
one of my favorite ideas you had for that property was doing little kind of different trailers, parked up in different spots where you can Airbnb it, and you have people just hang out and camp on the property, and so much cool stuff yet to do on that property. I love it. Let's get to the crew. What is going on, everybody? Dad, Pete and Derek Lynn are going to be coming to Florida, it looks like. Believe I read that right. You guys just booked. Man, I get to have my Pete Lynn.
Nice.
Yeah. Derek. Yes. Yeah. So that's going down. Everybody, you are going to love Pete and his son Derek. There's nothing to not love about those two. Good morning. Good afternoon, Sam. We've got Solar Sam in the house. We got our brother, Northern Living. Scotty, good to see you. Nancy, we're happy to hear that you're giving Go Baby a try and it's working out. Thanks for the update on the phone and the PC stuff. I know, I think Pete also asked about that. He's interested in using it, but might want some help. So if there's people in the community that want to help people set up with that, I know Simon's really good at that stuff. I'm sure my dad could probably help as well. So we'll see about working with you guys on that stuff. Should you want to implement these things. Atlantic, we got Darren Collins in the house. We got the other Brent, the crawfish. Frankie, always good to see you. We got Simone in the house. We got Becky in the house. Wayne, what is going on, my brother? What is going on? Leanne, my love, we're due a phone call. It has now been too long. We got Cheryl in here. Julie, we got man, how could I oversleep on Sunday? You drunken fool. It's so good to see you all. Much love. Got a shout out for you all today. What do you got, Dad?
I'm just rolling with it.
Cool.
I've got so much in my head that I want to get out, but it's like, hey, we got an hour. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure this out.
I want to answer a question up here, Julie. Yes, we have already contacted the golf course, and there will be men's and ladies golf clubs at the golf event on the 29th of January, 2026. We will have golf clubs for everybody. Unfortunately, you will have to rent them from the course. It's not part of the deal. So, but it's better and cheaper than, bringing your own on the air flight. Some people, they're really into their own clubs, so they're going to bring their own clubs, but no, we're not. We already, I'm just going to rent, I'm going to play with the clubs that they have there. I'm not that serious of a golfer, and they have really nice golf clubs. So I'm going that route. So I know a lot of people have asked. So okay, go ahead, Brent. I just remembered I have something I have to look up.
Very good.
Yeah.
The Cubans, baby. The Monte Cristos.
Monte Cristo.
One of my favorite things in the space is to see people's passion in things and really get after it. And for one, basically we'll start long story short. Sean texted me last night, the legend himself, and he's like, dude, if you got 5 minutes, like, can you please just look at this this thing I created? And I'm like, absolutely, let's do it. And pulled up the email, and I start reading it. I'm like, no way, dude. No way.
Really cool.
It's 10 pages. Took me about 20 minutes to read it. He just posted it on X about an hour or so ago. We reposted it on our channel. If you don't follow Sean yet, he's the Baron of Beach Street. This is I think it's the best XRP article I've ever read personally. I've read a bunch of them because I like to read articles. I really like how he put the ideas and kind of the kind of future outlook, and then also just kind of ask the questions. He worked with AI on it as a research tool, and really put together something that is so digestible, yet every single sentence, every single line, it builds on itself and it builds to the next, which is I think the quality of good writing, and he nailed it. And so to see Sean's passion, like, one, he's just been an awesome friend. He's one of my favorite people to talk to. Every time I get to see him, it's like, the brothers are back all over again. But to see his passion, which is totally wrapped up in XRP, he's the guy who wants to research to the point where there is no doubt left inside of himself as to what he's investing and speculating on. And just some excellent ideas in this. I highly suggest you all. I printed this out for like a friend of mine, and so that I could reread it today. It's that good.
Yeah, I read the whole first email today, Sean, and I was pretty blown away. I was like, wow. First of all, he asked the question in the perspective of all of us. We have knowledge of what it does and how it's going to work. And why isn't the world understanding what it is? Why, if it's so obvious to us what this is going to do for mankind, why has it not succeeded in blowing away all other systems? That frame of questioning to Grok was awesome. I mean, I was just like, wow, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a great concept.
What I was saying is, Sean, to you, Dad, is it's kind of counterintuitive to how we think. He really gets at, what this thing was built for and built to do is to get more liquidity, get more banks, get more users, get more, as many as it can hold, as many as will go to it. And that price growing, we think, oh, it's going to be unobtainable. We're not going to be able to use it. We're not, we're going to get priced out, all these things like we're kind of programmed with that, but it's like, no, this is the one-to-one tool. If you can get to a high price point where it stabilizes out, this is the thing. I mean, it's just, and Sean always reminds me of that somehow. Whatever rabbit hole he's going down, he shares it with us and some other people in the crypto community, and now on his X channel, which is just blowing up. So let's help our brother blow it up. Go check it out. I'd love to hear what you all think.
Yeah, it's really good. You guys really need to read that article. I have a couple of questions here. Atlantic Living's, look, I'm guessing I'm going to be too busy to go to the game, but I'm just guessing because there's going to be like 500 people there, and I'm probably not going to meet everybody that Friday night. So Saturday's a barbecue picnic. it's only for 2 or 3, 4 hours, but like, you know how that goes. It's going to run into the night. So I'm not going to the hockey game. I'm guessing at this point, I won't be going to the hockey game, but there'll be a bunch of Canadians there, as we all know. I mean, I like a dozen Canadians that I know of. And, you know, Canadians would rather go to a hockey game than breathe almost. So, yeah. I think you'll find a bunch of people to go for sure. But we're not planning, unless Brent wants to plan it. But I think you're going to be a busy man on Saturday, Brent.
Oh, yeah. No, I need to kind of be available to see everybody. I've been secretly, sorry, Canadians. I've, secretly been a, Kings fan when I was a kid. And then I went to college in San Jose, and I went to some games, kind of got into the Sharks. Dad and I lived in Florida, kind of a Panthers fan now. And now they're really, really good. And I'm not used to that because I've been a Chargers and Padres fan my whole life. So
yeah,
I would love to go to the Panthers game with you, my brother. But like my dad said, we're just going to be too busy just trying to gather as many people. And, for people to fly out, we want to at least be able to spend a couple days with them, as many of you as we can. So
there's just no way we're going to meet everybody the first 2 days. Like that's like physically impossible, I think.
And I'm trying to extend the trip. I'm going to try to maybe fly back Monday now. So there's more weekend if people are still hanging around. I just want to get together with as many of you as I can. So, but go to the game, dude. Go to the game. Like, absolutely.
I have another announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people are going. I think it's sold out. I'm not sure, but I'll have to check it out. They're on I have to look it up, November 5th and 6th at the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There is what's called the Blockchain Futurist Conference. It's going to be blockchain, AI, crypto, and tech all in one show. So last year in Toronto, I think it had 7,500 people attended. It's a big show. Myself and Ron are going to be taking a camera, and we're going to be backstage as much as possible. We have VIP passes. We were invited actually at the last minute. So I graciously accepted because I'm trying to do a promo video for our show in January. And I want to do I have these, Brandon, can't wait I got to share some of these cool ideas that Ron and I have been working on. I haven't even been able to talk to Brent. We've been, he's really,
both of us are ships in the night.
It's crazy how busy we've been. Yeah. But like that show is the 5th and the 6th. If you can still get tickets, I think it's a show worth going. It was reasonably priced. I want to say like $200 or something like that. I can't remember, but you can look it up. 5th and the 6th, and it's called what's it called again? The Blockchain Futurist Conference, and it's put on by a Canadian group out of Toronto, but they're doing it down in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale at the Hard Rock. So it'd be cool. I'm going to walk around with a cameraman and try and shoot as much as I can and try and get a bunch of content. I have no idea who's going to be there. It's really last minute. But I do know that Edward, and Attila will be there with me from Go Baby Trader. And we're going to do a bunch of really cool promo stuff there for that too. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be an event. If you already have tickets and you're coming, man, if you see me, run, don't walk, and grab me and give me a big hug or shake my hand. And and let me know who you are and where you're from and what you're up to, and your dog's name, mostly. Yes. Yeah, all that good stuff. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So.
Dude, that's so awesome. I'm so glad you're going.
Oh, I am too.
I'm so
the
glad.
guest of speakers, there's 250 speakers. I was like, what? How many stages is that? Like, that's insane. Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah, like, where are they going to host that?
Well, the Hard Rock has massive ballrooms in the back.
Oh, you said the Hard Rock. Yeah,
in Lauderdale.
Dude, the new Hard Rock, Dad. Oh my God. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, we came real close to actually renting a building there for the show in January. It was my second choice. The building we have is way more exclusive than the Hard Rock, obviously, but I'm not opposed to doing the Hard Rock next year because the package they offered us was like, oh my God, how do I say no to this? Like, it was very, their layout, they have like 3 or 4 ballrooms that are separated by a movable curtain sort of thing, but it's hard, it's a soundproof thing that they can, when they opened all of it up for me, and I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. And it's very lounge, palm trees, little waterfall in the corner. And I was like, this is really slick. And we almost went for it, but I would have had to charge more for the tickets and everything else. And I thought, no, first year, let's just go ahead and do it in our own hangout. Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited. But no, I got the grand tour. They toured me of the rooms. They were like, oh, you're going to rent from us? You're going to rent a ballroom with food and guests? Like, they roll the red carpet out for you and make you feel like you're really pretty special. So it was fun.
So cool.
Yeah.
It feels like a mini Vegas when you're in that hotel. It just,
totally.
The way they built it, man, they built Vegas out there. It's so cool. Tio, what up, brother? Thank you for the reminder, Nancy. Simon's been posting some Go Baby videos on Simon Says Crypto. So let's check those out, crew. I'm going to get back on there. I watched one of them. Great job, Simon. Great. What do we got in here? How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a good week. Man, it got biblical here where I live. You wouldn't think it. I mean, we have like almost perfect weather. Nothing to complain about. We had like tornado warnings here last week. It got gnarly, man. Like my phone, it was like 11 o'clock. My phone just starts blowing up and it's like this bright yellow message. And it's like, okay, time to take cover. I was like, but I live in California. Did I tell you about that, Dad? We had off coast tornado warnings here. So where I live right like kind of central California, right? There's kind of a peninsula too. And I live like maybe like 5-10 minutes east, like of the coastline. This is the only place, Dad, I've ever seen in my life where, and I've lived some crazy coastal places. I've been sitting out looking at my window right here during like a lightning storm. And I've watched the clouds here like cyclone. Like they go east and then the whole set of clouds is coming back the other direction. I was like, oh, that's serious business there. So even the Californians are feeling winter. I hope you all are staying warm.
Yeah, I don't know why your lens is all looks like
it's the sunlight coming in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, so somebody said who? Aaron Greenhouse?
What up, Aaron?
Atlantic. I don't know who Aaron is. Or maybe I know Aaron, but I just have forgotten or met too many people and can't recall. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
But if Aaron's going to be there, or if you have Aaron's contacts, have him get a hold of me for sure. Yep, definitely, because I'm going to be there both days. I'm really looking forward to it. You need a good convention every now and then just to kind of pump you back up about what's going on. Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah.
In the light.
Jake Claver's Canadian counterpart. Right. Okay, I know who Aaron is now. Yeah. Yep. Got it. No, and I've never met him actually. So there aren't too many people in our community that I haven't met at this point, in the XRP community anyway. But I'm well, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of new young shows out there that I haven't seen their stuff. So, but it's fun meeting new people. Man, I love it.
G-Man, good morning.
There you go. Now we can see you. I thought you had a nice little Cohiba working there, maybe, or Monte Cristo you were working on.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna roll up Sean's article and just smoke this thing today, dude.
Consume it.
She's a beaut.
I have to tell you guys a fun fact. Okay. I was stalking.
You were stalking someone?
I was kind of stalking him too, for a long time. So I was talking to this guy the other day, and he's a man I've known for a while now, and I kind of like his material and his stuff a lot. He doesn't really have a YouTube channel or anything, but he puts out really good articles and content. And he and I were just shooting the breeze and just talking and having a great time, like, hey, man, it's good to catch up and this and that. And he stops and he goes, are you still in crypto? And I went, yeah, why? And he goes, nothing. And I went, what? Wait, you don't just leave me hanging like that, bro.
Spill it.
And he goes, well, a little birdie told me. And I said, uh-oh, here we go. He goes, yeah, you're about to do really well. And I was like, oh, well, okay. That sounds great. This guy's very well to do, by the way. And I said, well, okay, what do you mean? And he goes, well, in particular, anybody who's involved in stable coins. And I didn't even think the man even knew what a stable coin was. I'm like, whoa, look at you with the big crypto terminology here. And he goes, oh, stable coins are crypto? He's a big time banker and didn't even know that stable coins are crypto. Like he was like, oh, okay. Oh, now that all kind of makes sense to me now. And I said, wait, stop. Who are you working with and what's going on and whose coin are we talking about here? And he goes, it's two FANG companies. We all know who the FANGs are, right? Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
And two of them are working together, and they want us, not him anymore, but his company, to the company he used to work to be the collateral. They want to custodian that coin and assets so that they're not the guy who, how do I put this? Okay. You know how when the law came out that you can't be the crypto company and you can't issue a stable coin and you can't own both, right? again, and you can't be a bank. Again, I don't know how Ripple's getting away with that, but that's pretty much what Ripple is doing, right? But so he said these two FANG companies, wouldn't tell me which ones, are custodian with his previous employer. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Can I guess? And he's like, well, no, because I can't tell you. And I'm like, well, okay, all right. I mean, it's probably just going to come out next week anyway, because the fundamental news is leaking all over the place. I mean, literally all over the place. I said, I'll tell you this. If it's Facebook, all right, and any one of them, the world as we know it will change immediately. It will be a ChatGPT moment.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Amazon and Facebook, done. That's a global super powerhouse that will never, ever, ever relinquish its, I shouldn't say never, ever, but it'd be a decade of dominance that would blow the world's mind. And then I go, and if it's Amazon and Google, yeah, it's powerful, but it's nothing like the combination of the other two. So I went through the scenario of each FANG stock.
Yeah, thank you, Brittany. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google.
Yeah, there you go.
We
forgot. Oh, we forgot. Yeah, we forgot Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
So when the whole conversation was done, he goes, "Wow, you've put a lot of thought into this." I go, "Yeah, because they're all going to have their own stablecoin, but if they go like with the Libra coin, which is what they wanted to do with Facebook a long time ago, it's game over. It's just I'm not even a big fan of Facebook. I don't like Mark, and not that I've met him personally. I just don't like what he's all about. But I will tell you, if that becomes your network effect, it's pretty much game over for, let's say, banking, because everybody's just going to simply use essentially what the article that Sean wrote.
Yeah, we should send that to that guy that you're speaking about.
Yeah, these networks, that's a brilliant idea, Brent. I probably will. These networks using a stable coin to empower people through banking without having a bank. Like, how many people have a better relationship with Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Apple than they do with their own bank? Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? It's more trusted. It's more understood. We know who they are. We know they're successful. We know they're connected to everybody on the planet. This is all of a sudden, oh, who do you bank with? Amazon. Who do you bank with? Not that, again, that I like these companies. This is not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that network effect has already been created. You're just plug and play your crypto and your stable coin into that network is just mind-blowingly powerful. So he was like, wow, man, I had no idea that you've been thinking about this so long. I said, brother, I've been thinking about this 7 years ago before it was even like contemplated in people's minds. I was like, even before Libra coin, I thought, if a country does two things, if a country prints money to purchase crypto, game over. Game over for banks and cash. Game over. Like in particular, the USA. If the USA just said, yeah, we're putting on the printing press and we're just buying the top 10 coins, we're buying all of them, the world would change like within 48 hours. I said, so that's a big network, but I could argue that Facebook and Amazon together is a much bigger network than even if the US Pentagon decided to do something like that. And he was like, wow. He goes, I'm going to have to wrap my head around that for a while. I was like, yeah, It's that big. Remember, I was given a couple of weeks ago, I was given the reference of what it would mean for, say, like, well, a couple of different franchises, but your Costco would be big. That would be big. Walmart would be big, right? To have their own stablecoin. But just imagine one of those top networks doing it. It's over. I mean, the monetary system would evolve overnight. And that's that ChatGPT moment that I keep telling everybody about. What could happen with Ripple and XRP? That settlement layer, why wouldn't they use that? Because essentially they've already come out and said, we're not working on our own coin. We really have to use somebody else's product here. They will create their own stable coin, because the purchase of the creation of a stable coin is allowing you to just print money and charge interest or earn interest. And then when you make the money on it, you just buy something real in asset value.
Yeah.
Anyway, huge that he knows, according to him, he knows two of the FANGs are going to be buying or creating together. And any one of those two, except for maybe Netflix, would be massive. Yeah. Big insight.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Mr. Crew.
What up, Dad? Tell me about the latest acquisition. What's it called? G Treasury?
Yep.
You know about that?
Yeah.
Dude, Sean was telling me about it. I was like, whoa. Whoa. The big ones? Like the top 1,000 whales? Those ones?
Yeah.
That's who's represented in there?
Yeah.
That's who Ripple just bought for $1 billion?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, that's who they just bought. Yeah. It's very Ripple, how do I put this politely? Ripple's making all the right moves right now, except for one. And that one is they're not working with, and I don't know this to be true. I'm speculating, guessing. They don't seem to be working with the White House as much as I had expected that a big coin like that would be. I don't know why exactly. I don't. Because I do know what the Trump family is doing with Bitcoin is everything. Like that, everything they touch has Bitcoin behind it. And I don't know why they haven't come out and just said, this great American company called Ripple, we're right behind them in everything they do, and we're loving all the transactional value that it's going to create for mankind. I'm shocked they haven't come out and said that. I don't know why. That's my only sort of, what's going on with that?
Yeah. My speculation on it, Dad, is just there's some sort of hush-hush timing effect. That it's like you look no further than the media, and their coverage of crypto for the last 17 years.
Yeah.
They're yes, it's in the wild, but they're not ready to tell people it exists quite yet. It's like Sasquatch is out there. Like, we know that. We know there's a Yeti cruising around out there.
Right. Yeah.
But the masses, it's like it might freak a lot of people out. There might be a lot of people go try to, go take pictures, and then we got to send, park rangers and search and rescue to go get them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
And you don't dare.
And then when you go back and look at the history of these things, it's like they were clearly created and starting to be, refined and semi-implemented a long, long time ago, way before 17 years ago. So,
And you don't dare shoot a Sasquatch because the likelihood that it's your brother-in-law in an ape suit is you know, it's like it could running through the town, just freaking everybody out. That's a likelihood. So, you can't really shoot them either, so to prove it. But yeah.
One of the funniest things I ever saw, Dad, I was watching Joe Rogan does stand-up, and one of his first shows he ever did, like his first big one, he had a TV show after Fear Factor that was like going out in the wild and meeting different types of people and kind of exploring what they're into. And he met this guy who's like a Sasquatch guy, he's like a real believer. And the dude's like, well, you can't deny the Patterson footage. You can't deny Patterson footage. And he's like, bro, the Patterson footage, that is a dude in a monkey suit. Okay, period. Sorry. But he's like, dude, I was out in the wild with him, so of course I didn't tell him that. It's like, it's hilarious. Go back and watch Rocky Mountain High for all of those comedian fans out there.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's saying, yeah, the Trumps do like XRP. Yeah, no, I believe that. I believe that there's going to come a day when they're going to use the thing. It's what's the triggering point? Is it a complete, total global financial reset? And then that's, the bridge in which we all use. That was a strategic purchase of, quite a percentage of the SWIFT system. So there's a lot going on as far as you could make the case that it's going to be built on RIP or XRP. But again, it seems like it's in the back pocket. It seems like they haven't really come out and said, pick the winners yet. I think there's going to be multiple winners. And there's a lot of people that don't like Solana, but I will tell you, Solana's already won. That I hate to say it to everybody, but that Solana's already won. That I don't mean the money transfer game. They've already won the if you're going to buy something or trade something on a network of trading platform, I believe the number is like they have 92% of all trades. Like it's absurd. They have it all and at lightning speed. So buying stocks in the future, tokenized stocks in the future, and crypto in the future, and that kind of stuff on an exchange level, it's going to be on the Solana platform. I'm not guessing on that. It's like that's who the winner is today. I mean, unless somebody comes along and just says, nope, we're not doing it on that anymore. It's, we're going this way. Yeah. It's very, yeah. I want to address something too that I talked to so many people after my video yesterday. I got 2 or 3 calls and people were like, wow, how do you know that? How do you know that? I don't. But what I want to say is there's so many people that are trying to tell you the sky's falling and that we're all going to zero. And look, it's only going down. And I just want you all to understand these markets don't go up from lower left straight up to the right. But if you back up and you look and you say, okay, well, after 10 years, after 15 years, XRP was less than a penny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's incredible growth for something that's not being used every day by mankind. Do you understand that? That's we'll get there one day, but we're not there being in a use case basis yet as a utility. But a lot of people panic and they look at the retail price and I'm like, stop, just stop already.
Yeah.
It's too easy. And I know this sounds stupid, but XRP's market is so minuscule. It's tiny, people. You can manipulate that. Like there's billionaires that I've worked for that can manipulate that thing down to 10 cents. Do you understand that? Like you can't, it's not a vast market yet. And that means that it's like last Friday's happened. You know what I mean? Where it dropped 50 to 70% in one day. Do you know how, like, okay, let's say you bought a Ferrari, right? An old kick. Oh my God, it's my dream Ferrari. And then the following day, it drops 70% in value. I mean, all of a sudden, the Ferrari market looks really weak to anybody that wanted a Ferrari prior to that. I don't care what the product is, right? I don't care what its utility is. I don't care how fast it goes. I don't care what it does. The price of the perception of the people in that environment that may buy it in the future is, wow, that thing dropped 70% one day. Whew, holy smokes. Like, I'm not putting a fortune in it. Oh, I might dip my toe or dabble here and there.
Yeah.
But am I going to put a ton of money in something like that? That's where we're at. Yeah. So unfortunately, we need two things to happen. Number one, we need FOMO again from the public. Nobody's in fear of missing out on this big crypto boom right now. There is no FOMO getting in. None. Zip. Zero. Bad. Not good. Number two, we need total adoption. We need economic, systematic change in the financial buildings of the world to say, this is a necessity. You must have this. Again, I keep saying it, but that ChatGPT moment, there's not a business in the world that doesn't know what it is, ChatGPT is now. And their employees are using it at some manner or another. So those are your two issues right now. No FOMO, not good. Number two, institutional finances aren't blatantly using it, obviously using it.
Right.
Yeah. And I hate to say this for all coins took a beating, okay, because of that. People are now looking at Bitcoin again. And by the way, I'd like to say this. We're not going to have a boom in the FOMO boom until we have a new all-time high in Bitcoin. You're just not going to have that alt market. Like, I'm only speaking from the last, what I've seen happen over the last 3 bear runs and bull runs. We need that. We need Bitcoin to take off and blow through 125 and stop at 140 or 50. And then as soon as it slows down at like 150 or something like that, you're looking at XRP to $5, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You need that again because you need people getting in the market. And then you need them speculating on the other coins. Oh, I'll get some Solana. I'll get some XRP. And wow, this ETF. And I'm going to buy that one and this one. It's the new and up and coming coin. You need those speculators back in the market. And right now we don't have that. Yeah, we just don't. I wish we did. It'd be good to have it again.
Yeah, man.
I think we will before the end of the year. I do. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got to grab this dog here a second.
I keep feeling like it's any day for that, which is crazy. We're mid-October now. And this is like, you look at the past, you look at this time period, there's always a checkup. There's always that, short shakedown. Let's see how much let's see how much can sell off, and let's see how many people freak out and shake it out. What I'm hopeful for now is that the people who have been in crypto, and I feel like I even screwed this up in the beginning. You know, I was like, oh, okay, it's going away, and this might not correct for a long time, so I'm gonna sell it now. You know, I want the money now. You know, but if I had those same assets now, you know, such a greater value. And to my dad's point on the, you know, this is the part of it that I love for us, you know, because we're people that speculate on this and understand it and try to understand it. And yeah, we may have just bought a Ferrari and the company tanked, but now, you know, you're friends with your neighbor, and your neighbor comes over and you give him a ride in it, you know, he sees what this thing is, and it's like, now we can get a Ferrari for half price. That is to me, the fun part of being early, and the fun part of kind of sharing the information that we have, like Sean did for us, and that we try to do with you guys. It's like we've got the Ferrari. It's like, well, what other kind of car do you want? Like, if you, like, for us, it's like we'd have a Porsche, because in mine and my father's mind, it's like the most well-built car of all time, you know, that you could get, arguably as fast as anything else. So well built, so desired, holds its value. Now we're in this thing, and it's so fun that you know, the crew and my dad and you know, everybody got me really looking at XRP, you know, 2-3 years ago now, and I spun my head on it so much that I'm like, oh, dude, I want more of those. Like Sean said last night, he's like, dude, I don't have all that a bunch of money to, you know, I'm buying as much as I can, but it's like, if I got $5, you know, left over, it's like, man, I want that. You know, I want the future Ferrari asset to asset trader of the world.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. I think it's going to be, you know, if Bitcoin's Godzilla and Godzilla is just unkillable, you know, it's just, he's just going to be walking around and swimming around and pops in there here and there where you kind of need him or want him, or need him to go to take on Mothra. I think XRP is going to be water, and water is just going to, you know, tidal wave. It's going to be a tidal wave effect.
Oh yeah.
How much technologically, utility, what this thing was built to do and what it's going to do. And like that, I love your points on that, Dad. It's like, yeah, that's what we need to happen for this thing to really pump. But it's like looking at it under the surface and macro, as a lot of people are saying in here, it's like, okay, there's a lot of unbelievable acquisitions and partnerships, and it's like Ripple's doing all the right things.
Yeah.
To give this vehicle a chance to work and to be effective.
They're really good at mixing old world with new world, and they're sort of doing it traditional old world style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll acquire this company. I'm going to need this in the future. I'm going to buy it now. I'm going to need this status or this licensing. I better get that. You know, there's all these requirements that are needed of me. I'm just going to go ahead and buy the company that already owns all of those requirements. You know, they're really laying the groundwork more better than any other coin out there, in my opinion. Like that, for number one, Bitcoin doesn't have anybody to do that for it. For number one, number two, it's very difficult for me to see where they've made a misstep. Like they haven't. They haven't done any missteps at all. Has retail price really blown up? No. What does that tell you? That tells you that they're locked and loaded. You're buying Amazon cheap before Amazon became Amazon, is what it tells all of us. There was somebody who said, I think it was Cheryl said, oh, does that mean you think it's not going to go up soon? That's kind of what I'm saying. I like, we need FOMO back in the market. We just do. I mean, to some degree, that's what really makes those parabolic moves. I think it's going to bounce around. Like, what do I know? I mean, crypto market could turn around in a week or two.
Yeah.
I mean, it could really go screaming up over the next week. We don't really know, you know. It's volatile. That's what's the beauty of it all, you know. That's I wanted to say hello to my brother Clay. I saw him in the chat. I gave Clay your phone number, Brent. He'd probably give you a call here pretty quick.
Good. Do it, Clay.
Raises cattle. Good man. He's a young man, but he's in this to succeed, and I think we're all going to do well together. I think he's going to Florida, if I'm not mistaken, if he can get somebody to watch the cattle while he's gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was at my boss's house last night. We had our office Halloween party, and he's just got this awesome property, and he's got horse and 2 donkeys, and it was literally the nicest horse of all time. I was like, we were all sitting there petting him for like an hour. It was like unbelievable. And it made me miss your house, Dad. You know, it made me miss the animals. It made me miss that growing up in the mountains and that life. And, you know, I hope you all have a shot to do that at some point, if you want to, because, yeah, you might be secluded somewhere. There might not be a ton to do, maybe where you're at, but pretty cool to have that kind of freedom in life.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us are seeking stuff like that. So
I want to discuss something Carmen said here. Yes. Higher than that. Higher than that, Carmen. Gold. I think I want to talk about what's happening here. Okay. Real quick. What's happening is people are understanding what you and I all know, which is the dollar is really just confetti. It's a Ponzi scheme. For some reason, successful people, wealthy people, never really understood that. They were like, no, man, that's no, money is money. A dollar is a dollar, and that's what it is. And I don't want to hear it because they were successful in the system. Okay. But now the wealth of the world is starting to go, oh, well, they just keep printing more of those things. Everything just keeps getting more and more expensive. And the people, my kids, my grandkids, or whatever the situation might be, can't afford a home. How are we going to do? Like, what's happening here with it to our dollar, right? Or whatever currency. I use the term dollar. They're figuring that out. Uh-oh, I got some update going on my screen here. So they're understanding the value of a dollar. They're understanding what's going on with central banking and what central banking has been doing and buying for decades. Well, now the wealthy are being able to say, okay, I better buy some gold. And then they're going to trickle into crypto. They're going to slowly trickle into, okay, I've already got real estate. I've already got gold. Now what do I get? I probably should get some Bitcoin. It'll go down the list. I'll get Bitcoin, then they'll buy Ethereum, and then they'll buy Solana, and then they'll buy XRP. Something along that line. And that's how the whole thing will work. Unless the tech of XRP blows up, and then like we mentioned a minute ago. So I had a great conversation, okay, at the XRP show, with what I would call a precious metals expert, Andy Scheckman. Andy and his wife and I talked for, gosh, I don't know, 45 minutes about, he looked me dead in the eye and he said, Alan, gold's going to 30 grand. And I know he was trying to get a reaction out of me, and I just smiled and I go, yeah, looks that way to me. Okay. The only way I can do something like that is when your currencies become virtually worthless. And it's a mad scramble and a mad dash to get out of cash and to get into something real. So let's talk about the Weimar Germany days real quick, because that's what happened in history. Germany had to print all this money, World War II, right? In World War I. The whole mess happened to them on their turf. And they only had one way out, was just print Deutschmarks, right? What that did to their system, the people that got smart. Now, here's where this goes really important. A lot of the early smart people bought gold and silver. And that shot up. And then it leveled off. And then it started to go down. And not in price necessarily, but it leveled off and kind of trickled down slowly. But how did the people in Germany become billionaires in that time? And if you look this time up in history, it's one of the few times this has happened, and it's crazy to even wrap your head around today. The wealthiest man became the man who became the wealthiest man in Germany during those times of depression bought stocks because they crashed to zero. And everyone said, what, what, wait a minute. Why aren't you buying gold like the rest of us? Gold's great. Don't get me wrong. But what he understood was, well, people have to go back to work eventually.
Right.
They got to have a job. We got to turn this thing around. And if I buy these companies at zero, I get to own all the companies, and then I can just start hiring people. And boom, it blew up. And it took Germany out of that complete free fall through the floor to all of a sudden he was the smart guy in the room, and everybody started listening to him, and they started figuring it out. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm selling my gold and I'm going to buy stocks. I'm not necessarily preaching stocks here this morning. What I'm trying to say is we have a different tool now. We have crypto.
Mm-hmm.
So gold is taking off. It is, because of the valuation of the dollar, and it's on everybody's tip of everybody's tongue. I mean, even Wall Street executives are talking about it. Get out of the dollar and get into gold, or get into it. Believe it or not, they're even talking about Bitcoin. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
These people that said they would absolutely never buy Bitcoin, and it was a beanie baby, and it was the stupidest thing on the planet, are now buying crypto. Yeah. So and there you go.
If we think what we think, eventually everybody at some point will transact on the blockchain, whichever ones are used.
Yeah.
So
why
wouldn't you want to have those when they're cheap? From that example of history.
And I would say right gold would be the ultimate winner in the world, except for one major problem. It's a stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's really heavy, and it has absolutely no technology in it. And where is man going? I mean, is he going back to caveman? Maybe. I mean, I guess that's possible, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's not likely. It's not likely at all. What's more likely is we're heading into tech world on steroids from where we think we're tech advanced right now. But when AI is writing AI code, holy smokes, you better hang on, and you better not be worrying about lugging around a brick. I just can't imagine it. I might be wrong in the long run, but yeah.
Let me put it in a counter, Dad. One of the first shows you and I ever did together was looking at Bitcoin versus gold, and you're looking at fungibility, and you're looking at, it's like, man, I got to lug this stone around, or I can use this, and this is going to absorb the liquidity, and it's going to, this tech's blowing up. Quick counter argument that I've never really thought about. When we're in that high tech age and we're all of us are using digital money, we don't have greenbacks in our wallet anymore. We've got phones and cards, and maybe even the cards go away at some point. Does that potentially make the stone more valuable? Because the stone is still something that you can hold, something that is a physical asset. Just putting it out there.
It does. Gold has some issues, okay? Some big issues. How many ounces are there? Nobody has a clue. How many are being mined every single day? Nobody has a clue. So what's your barometer? How do you measure what, right? That's what crypto has it beat. Crypto has always followed gold, always in the past. So it's behind right now. Clearly it's lagging. But I mean, if you really look at XRP or let's use Bitcoin in this case, Bitcoin is not that far off its all-time high, right? It's been making all-time highs and kind of keeping up with all-time highs for, I don't know, a year now. Well, so is gold. Gold's making all-time highs, and its market share is massive, right? It has more of, like I was talking about before, it has less of that volatility in its favor right now because it hasn't had a 50% crash in, I don't know, 20 years or whatever it's been, 10 years, 15 years. I think, anyway, whatever it's been. The other problem that gold has, and I talk about this a lot, and not enough people wrap your head around it. Gold failed in 1971. Everyone blames the government of the United States, but gold failed that day. Why? Why did gold fail? Because you could lie easily about how much gold you had because you didn't have to prove it to anybody. So fiat won that day. And what have we been on ever since? A fiat dollar not backed by gold. Why? Because who knows how much gold you really have. It's very, very difficult to say, I have this much gold and I still have it every single day. Countries call other countries out and say, I don't think you have it. I'm going to exchange all these dollars, rubles, whatever, and I want gold in return from your national reserve. They're not going to do that, are they? Why would they give up gold for these pieces of paper? They're not, right? Yeah. So they kept the gold and they just said, oh, we're going off the gold standard. We're going on to a fiat standard, right? So what's the new game in town? Crypto. So when crypto gets that, when gold has its next evaluation, are we going to evaluate all of our dollars on gold again? Well, let's look back. It failed in 71. And remember, it failed. It failed as an accountability. It's not accountable. It's not, you can't, it's a moving target. How much there is, how much is being created, and is it still where they said it was? All those are just, again, how we got into this mess, allowing governments and people to create things they don't own. So can you do that with XRP? Nope. Can you do it with Bitcoin? Nope. So the future of harder money is crypto. Now, does that mean that the world's minds are going to come together and we have another come to whoever moment and say, okay, we're going to go and we're going to use this asset? Are they going to make the right decision and have it be crypto? I don't know that. I'd like to think they're smart enough not to do it with gold again. But does that mean gold gets valueless? No, not at all. Not at all. But look how long it took gold to come back to the relevancy. I mean, people have been holding on to gold since I've been a kid, just hoping for today. And yeah, it's gone up, and it's gone up really well. And do I think it? Honestly, I think it's going to $10,000, $20,000. Absolutely no question in my mind. Why wouldn't it? They just keep printing money. The only thing that keep gold from going up and crypto going up is them to stop printing fiat. That's the only thing. And they're not going to do that.
Doesn't seem like that's what's going to be able to happen. It's not going to be able to happen. And it's not what's happened historically. They choose your countries, choose your, giant superpowers, choose your kings and your queens. Look at all of them. There's a tactical advantage in that position for them to do that. Not just because they want bigger militaries and because they want more trinkets and more things, but it also puts a weight and a pressure and a suppression on the people. And hopefully we kind of recede out of that somehow. But even more importantly, so Hoofty kind of got the gold conversation started today. Thank you, brother. I did not know this. Gold supply doubles roughly every 60 years. Bitcoin supply can never increase. Question to you, Dad. We've seen a lot of people in this community start to look at this. The people who are gold people or silver people, but they're into crypto. They get it. So we've watched people try to do like gold-backed crypto. Is that a market that also ends up fueling potentially another gold or silver rush to where it's like, dude, even it's just us, just as private, non-government, businesses and entities and holders of it, is it going to be advantageous to some extent or some point in the future where it's like, not only do I have this crypto, but it's gold backed also. So now what? You're going to give me money for this? You're going to give me cash for this? I don't think so.
Nope. No. I have a fun little fact for that last statement that Hoopty just you posted. It's actually 2% a year, so it's about 50 years. So people may or may not know this, but the Federal Reserve determined a long time ago, somewhere right around 1920, that basically we were pulling out 2% annually of gold. So have you ever heard the Federal Reserve or central banking systems? They all say, oh, well, we've run at a 2% inflation rate. That's a healthy economy. That's where they got the 2% from. That's why that number's always been there, is because there's 2% more gold all the time. And they were trying to lock it up with gold. That's why they think it's healthy to have inflation. Yeah. That's what that number is. So roughly it's 2%. But see, it's not 2% because I guarantee they're probably making 3 or 4% now that it's at all-time highs. The more expensive gold gets, the more people are going to mine it.
Right.
Yeah, because it's more cost effective all the way. Before, when it was low, the diesel prices were killing it. And now it's like, no, let's, Yeah. Yep. That's it's an interesting time we live in, and I kind of mentioned this in the video yesterday, but the time that we're in right now, people are still thinking in old world economic terms.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just pointing to AI, I'm pointing to crypto, tech, just the fact that we just create more and more data every single day. I mean, I think we're up to like a year, we double the data on the face of the planet, and we double the speed of the accessibility of it all. That's telling you that man is absolutely done for as far as it's our use case as being the brain in the room. We're not 5 years from now, Elon isn't going to be smarter than his computer. He's not smarter than the computer now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most accurate diagnosis. And I was watching this video the other day and it was so good. You can literally, there's apps now that you can take your phone and point it on a mark on your skin and it'll tell you exactly what it is. And it's like 100% accurate. Like compared to a dermatologist, well, we have to take a biopsy of that and we have to send it into the lab and charge you this much and your insurance fee and all the rest of it. Like that's just one factor that's everybody's missing, that everything's technologically going to be almost free. And it's in that deflation, people don't, you can't understand exponential. It's the one thing man's mind will never understand. Mm-hmm. In what's happening technologically right now. Like, I can't get too deep into this, but I had a meeting with a gentleman 2 Fridays ago, not yesterday or day before, about 8 days ago. I was in a conference in Silicon Valley. And this man, I spent, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours on the phone with this gentleman. And I will tell you the things he told me in that period of time about what he has patents on, what he has already created, the networks in which he's already like done. He's been working on it for like 7 years. This isn't like, oh, well, maybe I got this idea and he's in his garage building this thing. Is going to revolutionize your world. Like I'm talking like within 6 months. Like this isn't, and it's not just a robot or an AI or something. It's something fundamentally, I can't talk too deeply into it at this point with you guys, but I will in the future. We have another meetup coming next Friday, but what they're doing with electricity and the production of electricity is the key. We're way inadequate, our grid and the rest of it. And all of that, I'm going to tell you, is going to be solved very, very soon. Yeah, very soon.
Yeah.
Within a year from now or two, electricity will be like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, if not free. If you start looking at free electricity, just wrap your mind around free electricity for a minute. One day. You're talking about free food. You're talking about free water. You're talking about virtually free shelter because 3D building a home and all. If the cost of a robot is free and the cost of what it builds must get cut. You've taken labor out of it. You've taken man hours out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're building with a robot and it's assembling a home with virtually free electricity. Like, where's the expense other than the creation of the physical tools or things that it has to build? concrete or whatever you make it out of has to be built by another robot. You're talking about free living. I mean, I'm talking in my lifetime, people are going to be able to live for virtually free. And I know that sounds really difficult to most of us because we're still in the old paradigm. We're still in the brick and mortar mind, and we don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Frankie, it's way better than nuclear. Way better.
Yeah.
Nuclear's good too. Don't get me wrong. There's great advancements.
I mean, but Dad, who's going to maintain the robots?
Yeah. No, right.
No, it's like, no, totally. There was a comment earlier, there will always be use case for our hands-on work. That's our passion as people and creators. Like, of course, we're going to continue to make stuff. But like, I think what my dad's talking about with the electricity and things, it's like, how do you make it so super efficient and so super cheap and hopefully so super decentralized that everybody's got access to it, because electricity means food. Electricity means water. Electricity means the ability to be able to go and do things. So, yeah. It's hoping humans get to thread the needle on that one.
Yeah. Wow. I really think if I were a young man today, two answers to what I'm about to say. And the second one's a shameless plug. I would become an electrician. If I were 20 years old today, I'd become an electrician. Because the necessity for you or electricians going forward is going to be vast. And it's not necessarily what the new systems that we're building. It's all the old homes and all the old things that have been built already with the wiring in which they have in them. That has to be maintained. And you can't just have a robot go do that tomorrow. It's going to be a while for that. Okay. But I'm just guessing on that one. The second one is something I really want to talk to everybody who's in this chat right now. Everybody who's watching this video. The days of you needing a job are just about over. Because of many great advancements in trading and what's going on. But Ed Barsano created a trading platform that everybody is crushing it. And I think we have like 90 people using it now. Everybody is making money in this down market with that trading platform. And so what's your new job? Your new job to get you to make it through the next 10 to 20 or 30 years is it's time for you to find out, how do I get capital? I need investment capital. I need a bag of digits, dollars, value that I can trade with. That's your new goal. Your new goal isn't, I need to find a brilliant job for myself and become a lawyer and make a bunch of money. No, what your new job is to obtain capital in any way possible and deploy capital to work for you. And let's just see what we got right here.
Let's see.
We got Henry boy.
Hi, honey.
There he is. What, Henry? He's my big.
Oh, he's very handsome.
Big. He's getting big. So he is
getting big. Holy smokes.
Yeah, he's getting big. No, here, you can have that. A biscuit. So you need to find capital. your job now is not get a better job, or maybe it's in the short term is get a better job, but save money, create money, buy crypto that doubles and triples and quadruples. When you double and quadruple that money that you've set aside, put some of it into something that's working for you 24 hours a day, which is what that Go Baby Trader is doing for people. This market's been sliding sideways and going down, and it's taking trades and making money every single day doing that in a downward market. And when people call me up and go, Alan, this has like totally changed my life. Like, Alan, you don't understand. Like, I'm done, Alan. And I'm talking about 2 or 3 in particular that you might even figure out who I'm talking about, but they work really hard for their money. And now they're like, now they see this vision and they're like, I'm out. I'm done. All I have to do is feed the monkey and let the monkey work for me. That's all I have to do. And it's revolutionizing the way people are seeing earning money in a way that, remember, Brent, 20 years ago when I was learning to be a Forex trader, that was my mindset. If I learn how to do this and I master this, I have a job. I can do it on a laptop in any beach, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I can make money. Well, now it's even better than that. I don't even have to watch the screen. I simply let the thing do all the work. And now I sit back and feed it capital to make me money.
You just got to charge your robot.
What's that?
You just got to charge your robot.
That's it. Yeah.
Right there.
And Ron guessed it. That's me he's talking about.
It's me.
Yeah. So, and he has the wonderful position or job in life of dealing with brides. So, yeah, that can probably be challenging. I can't imagine personally, but yeah, we all do different stuff for a living. But yeah. So your job now, should you decide to take this mission, Jim, is to find a way to get capital. Because your capital now, you now have the skills, you now have found a channel that's helping you figure out what to do with it, how to save it, how to work around some taxation. We don't give tax advice here, but some ways where you can keep more of it and ways you can deploy capital and it will work for you and you can make money. And that's just the Go Baby Trader is just one of them. There's going to be we already have other things, but they're more expensive. So this one just makes a lot of sense for most people right now. And it's a new world you live in.
Yeah.
You know, it just is. And you get to decide what your life is, you know, and that's going to be a problem for a lot of you. A lot of you are going to be like, oh my God, I'm making more money than I even dreamed about making. Maybe I should like do what I've always dreamed about doing. And you won't. You just won't. And it's sad. It's sad. It really is, because it's funny when you're younger, you have all these dreams and you're really good at just doing whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you get set in your ways and you're like, wow, I'm too old to do that stuff, or whatever we do to ourselves to tell us that we don't go out and enjoy life. And yeah. Anyway, get out there. Why are you watching this?
Yeah.
You could be doing something fun. Yeah. Right? And here's Dad. Come up here. Come here, Jess. Come up here.
Jesse.
Come on, Jess. Jess, come on. Come on up here. Come on. There he is. Here's Dad.
Hey, big guy.
There's our dad. There he is. There's Papa Jesse. I know. He's my dog. Jesse is my dog. There's no question about that. He's my shadow. He and Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby never leaves my side anymore.
Ruby's the perfect dog, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
In my humble opinion, it's perfect dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody in the UK. If you can get Coinbase or Kraken, you can do the Go Baby. But people are, so I think Coinbase, can you do that in the UK? I can't remember. I don't remember.
Hoofty, that's it, man. It's funny, the more, because I was that young man and I'm having to grind at it now here, headed into my 40s. But I traveled and I changed careers and I did what I wanted to do. And I think I've made a stronger, better person. But being more set in my ways now, there's still those things. And I'm still going to seek those things out. And even though I'm stuck in it, Dad, it's like I'm more content than I've ever been. You know, how many times have you and I talked about that with me? You know, it's just finding peace in where you're at and, you know, the joy of it and the small things. It's like just to be able to go on a trip to Mammoth with you, or like I'm talking about taking my friends hopefully next year, you know, and us flying out to Fort Lauderdale for a weekend. And, you know, that's, if you're not putting on a whole show, it doesn't require a lot to do that.
No, it doesn't.
So really please, everybody, go do it for yourselves, because we can really turn into working robot monkeys real fast. And I hope that we all, you know, deploy and use whatever tools, you know, you come up with or want to use, to be able to do the kind of stuff you're talking about here, Dad, which is just, it's so exciting, man. I'm so excited that you've involved me in so much stuff, and it's great. The news feels better and better every week, and what we're getting into, and you know, how much the group shares with us and how much we want to share with you. It's a pleasure, folks. It's a pleasure having this in my life. $15. Yeah, Jeremiah was kind of saying this too, Atlantic. You know, how slick would that be? You know, if we got like a $12, $15 valuation at the end of January, you know, how tickled will we all be in Florida together?
Yeah. That could be
you know, like, hey, everybody, raise your hand. Like, who retired this week? You know?
Right. No, really.
How many robots did you purchase this week? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, between that retail price, between the Go Baby Trader, between the other platform that I have, and some other things I have up my sleeve that I'm going to present to everybody at the show. Yeah, it could be incredible. I don't even think it'd take that much. I think if we reach anywhere between $5 and $8, I think that the top off that building's going to come off. You know, so.
Oh yeah. We'll blow the top right off it.
I'm telling you guys right now, that's a powerful tool. The market's going down and it's making money. Like, I know it's hard for people to really believe in something, but you know, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. It's just trading 101. So, and trust me, you don't want to be the guy that sits there and watches it all day long either.
No. Yeah, I'm right there too, Frankie. Right
there you go, Frankie.
But you know, saving and, you know, and looking to see what I can allocate, and you know, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And so just, it's like, let's keep rolling. I'm excited to do more of these things, be more of a scientist, not just for myself, but for us. And I'll do videos on that stuff when the day comes, when I get my trust, when the day comes where I jump on Go Baby, that's when B-Man needs to start doing some more solo action here. Just to make sure that it's like, hey guys, this is what I'm working through. And Simon's doing that for us a lot, which is cool. And Dad, your videos on, the trust stuff and IBC have just been awesome. We all get to go back and have that database whenever we do get into those things.
Yeah. I want to address this statement. There's a lot of people out there talking about the top is in. This is not an accurate statement, in my opinion. I know a lot of people use a bunch of different, whatever here, this and that, and the 1064 to 364 day pattern. Okay, that's great, but it has to spend full candles under the 50-day moving average, period. I'm sorry, that's trading 101 on a technical basis. It's 50-day moving average is the key line. If you look at the existence of Bitcoin and since it started, if it completes 2 candles, day candles, below it and stays there for any period of time, that's when that's when the bull market's over. And it hasn't done that yet. So until it does that, I'm just going to say whatever metrics you're using, maybe it's right. Maybe it could be right. Maybe we're about to drop below the 50 and stay there for a week or two. If we stay below the 50, then I would say, yeah, then you might be right. But if you want to, you could find, that's the problem with statistics. You can get them to say anything you want them to say. Yeah. Like anything you want to say. B-Man, I got to roll. I've got to cook. I got to make lunch for Elizabeth and I.
Yeah.
And I'm off to Home Cheapo today.
No, right on, man. Get after it.
Yeah. Building a meditation.
I'm excited you're doing it. I'm really excited you're doing it.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. And in 3 weeks, is it 3 weeks? Oh, less than 3 weeks. I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale. So
wow.
Let me know if you guys are in Fort Lauderdale and you want to do a meetup one day. I'm going to be there the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. 5th and 6th, I'll be at the show. But if you're in the Lauderdale area, try and reach out to me. Get a hold of me. I'd love to have a coffee, a lunch, a dinner, whatever, and meet some folks.
Hey, Ned, much love to you, brother. I can't imagine. I really can't. But I'm glad you got the dog, and glad you two are buds.
Kenny, I love you, brother.
Much love.
Brittany,
Frankie, we here I am, ride you like a renegade.
Right,
Brother,
yeah.
I can't wait to give you a big hug in Florida. Cannot wait. Nancy, always a pleasure. Wow. Appreciate you, Chaka. Appreciate you. We're gonna let you guys go. We're gonna go let Dad cook lunch. Everybody, stay awesome. Stay blessed. I hope you all have a smooth week and a happy one. Make sure and go and text somebody or call somebody that you love today, and let them know that they're important to you. It feels great to do that. I'm going to take that advice. And I'm so thankful I get to talk to my dad and you guys on Sundays. This is always a treat. Man, y'all rock. Love you guys.